Hey crafters, welcome back to another Crafty Creations video by Kalisha. Today we will be making my version of a Freddy Krueger themed wreath. And here are some of the things that you will need for the wreath. A 18-inch wreath frame that I got from the Dollar Tree. A Freddy Krueger glove that I got from Amazon. An Elm Street sign that I also got from Amazon. A total of 24 pipe cleaners. 8 rows of deco mesh from the Dollar Tree, a Freddy Krueger hat, and 2.5-inch ribbon that I also got from Amazon. I will be sure to link everything that I used down below in the description box. Now let's get started on making our wreath. First, we're going to get started by cutting our deco mesh. For our deco mesh, I have decided to do the ruffle method, and we are going to cut them at a total of 25 inches. You will get a total of 6 pieces out of each roll. Once you have all 8 rows of your deco mesh cut, then we can go ahead and get started. And once again, that's 8 rows of deco mesh cut at 25 inches each, and you should have a total of 6 from each row, giving you a total of 48. Now take your pipe cleaners and you're going to cut them into fourths. Just line them up with your cutting mat and then just count 4 inches and then cut it apart. And then do that 3 times and you will have the size of the pipe cleaners that you need. Now we can get started on making our little ruffles. To make your ruffles, all you have to do is take your mesh and then fold one end under, and then you're just going to scrunch till you get to the opposite end of your deco mesh, leaving that end folded under, and then taking your your pipe cleaner, and then just closing it off, and you'll get a little ruffle. Once again, that's just fold under your deco mesh and then scrunch it from one end to the next end, and your bottom end should already be folded over, and you just take your pipe cleaner and close it up. Now grab your 18-inch wreath frame and we can start attaching our deco mesh to the frame. For each section, we are going to add 6 ruffles to it, starting at the crossbar. Once you have added your deco mesh to the frame, I just twist it until it can't be twisted anymore, and then I fold it in half, and then I fold that over, so that way that nothing's sticking out in the back. You will add a total of 6 ruffles to each section. Once you have all of your ruffles added to your frame, this is what it looks like. A big and beautiful and full wreath frame. Now we can get started on adding our decorations. First, I'm going to add my sign. I'm going to figure out where I want it. For this sign, I got it from Amazon, and it already comes with 4 holes pre-drilled in it. So all we have to do is add our pipe cleaners to it, and then we're just going to attach it to our wreath frame once you figure out where you would like to place it. Before I tie my sign down, I decided that I wanted to add some lights to the wreath. I will link down below in the description box where I got these lights from. I left the spot open where I am going to place my sign, and then I just started placing the lights inside of the deco mesh in certain spots, and then I attached the button to the back of it. This is what it looks like once you've added your lights to it. Now, lights are obviously up to you. You don't have to add them if you would not like to. Now we can go ahead and add our sign to our wreath. To add the sign, I just stuck it in between the mesh and then pulled my pipe cleaners through and then attached it to the bars on the back. Using the pipe cleaner that is left from the sign, I just use that to make sure that the button on the back is attached to the frame. That way that the person who I am giving this wreath to is able to change out the battery if it dies. Once I have my sign and lights attached, I am now going to decide where I would like to place my hat and my glove. Once you have where you would like to place your hat, then I took this little poker and I just poked a hole in the hat so that I will be able to add my pipe cleaners to it. Also, it will show me where I have my crossbars for my pipe cleaners to attach to. Once you add your pipe cleaners, then go ahead and add a little glue towards the back of the hat just to keep it in place and so that they don't come undone. While the glue dries on the hat, I'm going to take my glove and I'm going to fill it with some stuffing. I decided that I didn't want it to be super flat and I wanted the fingers to be able to lay, like sit up on it. So I added some stuffing to each finger and then I glued it down inside of each piece of plastic. I may have went a little overboard with the stuffing, so don't add a lot, but just add enough to your liking. As you can see what I mean, it's a little fluffy in the hands part, but I just left it. And then I added some glue towards the bottom of the glove just to keep it sealed and to make sure it doesn't come out, anything doesn't come out. Now we can go ahead and get started on attaching our decorations. First, I'm going to attach my hat. And then once I'm done attaching the hat, I will add my glove. I wanted to make the glove line up with the claw marks on the sign, but it just wasn't working for me. So instead, I just placed it how I liked. And then to the back of it, to the back of the glove, I added a pipe cleaner so that I can attach it to the wreath frame. And then I added also glue to the back of the glove to push it into the mesh. And this is what it looks like once you add both of your decorative pieces, or all three of your decorative pieces, to your wreath frame. Now we can get started on adding our ribbon. For our ribbon, this is what I've chosen to use. It is a 2.5-inch wired ribbon that I got from Amazon. I will link it in the description below. I cut 3 pieces at 10 inches. Once I've cut my 3 pieces, I decided to dovetail the ends, which is all you do is fold the ends over and cut your ribbon at an angle. Then I just folded my ribbon in half so I can find the center, and then I scrunched it from one end to the other, and then I grabbed a pipe cleaner and added it to my ribbon so that I would be able to attach it to my wreath frame. You can add your ribbon wherever you would like. For me, I added 3 pieces. I added one in between the hat and the sign, one in between the glove and the sign, and then one at the top in between the glove and the hat. Also, there was a spot next to the glove that was just open, so I decided to add a spider to that side. And this is what it looks like when it's all finished. I hope you guys enjoyed making this wreath with me, and I can't wait to make more with you. Thank you.